With school out for the summer for many students, West Michigan children will be away from teachers and coaches who might be trained in CPR. That's why it's so important for parents, caregivers, really anyone to know this life-saving skill. And a great time to talk about it because it is CPR Awareness Week. And joining us is Gwen Foss, the Project Adam Michigan coordinator. Thank you for being here with us.
Well, thank you for having me.
So let's just first talk about the importance of CPR Awareness Week, and let's dive into the numbers a little bit.
Yes. The incidence of sudden cardiac death is one of the leading causes of death in the United States, surpassing some types of cancer, stroke, and we know that if people get CPR in a timely, quick fashion, we could really improve survival. Right now, less than half of the people that have a sudden cardiac arrest get CPR in a timely fashion, and only about 1 out of 10 survive. So we could double or triple survival if we had more people knowing CPR. And that's why University of Michigan, Project Adam, Mott Children's Hospital, American Heart Association, we all want people to learn CPR.
So where are we at right now when it comes to training here in West Michigan, those schools who are My Heart Safe schools?
Yes. As of the most recent full year, 9% of the schools were designated as My Heart Safe. But applications are pending now, so we're very hopeful that that number is going to go up. And we do know that in 2024, 9 lives were saved in Michigan schools because people were given CPR and had AEDs in use. So we know it works.
Yeah, and I know there are so many stories that you hear from over the years. Any particular story that stands out to you?
Well, right now, a story that is really recent. In March, a young lady was at track practice, had a sudden cardiac arrest, and her coaches saved her life. And saved her life so that she could lobby in Lansing with us in favor of cardiac emergency response plans in schools.
Okay, let's get to action. Gwen, you're going to demonstrate right now how to perform CPR.
Sure. So, if somebody has a sudden collapse, they might even have a few motions that look like a seizure. They might take a few weird breaths. But if they're not responsive, it's time to think CPR.
Okay.
And we want you to push hard and fast in the center of the chest. So you're going to go right between the nipple line. Put your hands right in the center of the chest, and normally this victim would be on the floor, a hard surface, and you want to push with your elbows locked so that you really, it's hard work. You want to push down about 2 inches of the chest in an adult, and you want to compress about 100 to 120 times a minute, and that's good to go to the tune of Baby Shark or Staying Alive or a lot of other tunes. So we're going to push hard and fast in the center of the chest. You can see that I'm keeping my arms straight, my elbows straight, and I'm using my body weight to really be able to compress this chest. And that's going to create circulation of blood to prevent oxygen deprivation of the organs to some degree. And if we can do this until a defibrillator is available, we can maintain a better likelihood of a good outcome, survival, and also a shockable rhythm when the defibrillator arrives.
Awesome. What if someone doesn't feel confident about doing CPR?
You know what? You don't have to be perfect at doing it. And we've focused on certification of CPR, which is right for healthcare professionals, cardiac emergency response teams, coaches. But for the general public, doing exactly just what I did, simply hard and fast in the center of the chest, call 911, do that, and then try to get an AED. But that's what really needs to happen. If you don't try, they will die.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be perfect. You just need to respond to call, push, shock.
Awesome. Thank you, Gwen. Anything else that you wanted to share?
Well, I just think that My Heart Safe Schools has created a great model for schools to have a plan. We would suggest that you use that model for plans in a workplace, in a church, in your home. We would like Heart Safe homes, and then we want the whole world, a nation of lifesavers, we want the whole world to know at least hands-only CPR. And tell your family and friends, you may be glad you did. You may need them to know CPR.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Life-saving information. We appreciate you as always.
Thank you.